Okay, it is now time to explain to you how we're going to be doing this assignment. I decided this week that we will learn how to use some formulas, and to keep it topical, we're going to see if we can find a pattern between certain statistics and the actual infection rate today. I'm talking to you on March 29th, so the infection rate per million of the coronavirus. So what we're going to do is see if vehicles per thousand people, population density, and how old the population is. If you can combine these three statistics for each state, every single state, and then we will create a formula of your own design, and you'll just put it in here. I'll show you how to do that. And then you have all the final correct answers. And then I already made you a column that has differences. So you'll find out like what's the difference between your formula's answer, the actual real life answer, and then all these are summed up together for your final score. And then we will have it where when you all turn it in, whoever's closest to zero, either negative or positive, it doesn't matter, those people will do slightly better on the grade. You'll have the whole week to work on this, but I'm going to explain how you'll start to mess with it if you have your own ideas. So I have a formula that I made not that long ago, and it's not showing up right now, so I'll just redo it. You'll do a basic formula where you will include everything from each of these and then do some sort of multiplication, addition, doesn't matter. So you can do addition, subtraction, you can do multiplication, or you can even do division. I can't find that at the moment, but you can even do division. Doesn't matter. It's your formula, and you might want to change it up every once in a while. But for my example, I'm just going to do some random stuff. So I'm going to do divided by 3, and then in between these parentheses, you can do a plus, a minus, multiplication. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to go random ones. So I'm doing C2, and you're just going to always do it on the first one, and I'm going to show you how to mess with the other 50 in a really easy way. So do that. I'm going to multiply by 6.78, doesn't matter. And then the numbers are what you're probably going to change the most. You may mess with addition, subtraction, whatever, but you're probably going to mess with the numbers the most. Okay? So I did a plus between two parentheses, so now I'll do a division. And then I'll add the D2 one. Okay. And then, yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll do a 9.7. Doesn't matter to me. Okay. We now have a formula, so it's in parentheses, you have your three things. You have your B2, and then whatever you're doing to it. So I did divided by 3. I have the C2, I decided to multiply by 6.78. And then I took my D2, which I just added 9.8. I would guess that adding things inside the parentheses is not very useful, but it's up to you. So I have all good on that. That's my first formula. I will try. It's mostly a shot in the dark. So then we will enter. It gives me a number. So my random formula gave me a score of 395. That's a difference of 228. And then when I do it, it will all do it. So you'll click that. You see this bottom right little box right here will make my thing into a plus. It's bottom right box. The only thing you have to do is double left click it, and then it will give you that formula. It will not change, and it will go all the way down, give you a score each way, which is awesome. And then you have a difference for each one. So right now, for example, my final score would be 3,025. Probably not very good. I want to get as close to 0 as I can. Okay, so let's say I change my formula, make it divided by 4. Remember, it's 3,025. I see, oh, I got a little closer, so maybe I'll do it for the whole. And now it's 772. I know it's negative, but it's 772, so that's a better formula. Okay, and you'll do this so on and so forth until you get closer and closer. So Maybe I want to make this a 7. Is that going to work out for me? Or is it a 772? Well, that's a 395. That's a lot better. So you're going to try to get as close to 0 as possible. And then what we will find is you might actually be a statistical genius, and maybe you can find, hey, maybe I can make my own little formula that would very much predict what the infection rate would look like based off of a few different categories. And these are things that if you ever get into statistics as a profession, people do this, but they do it to a much more intense way, and they do a lot more different things to it. But there's a lot of things that could be useful for this, especially in businesses. So I'm going to let you play with that. What you'll remember is you'll make your own special formula. Make sure to include each of these 3 things. Okay, that's all you got to do. And then when you make that formula in the first box for Alabama, double left click it down. We'll copy the formula. And then I already made the differences for you. I already made the final score for you. So you're mostly just playing with it.